So I'm just as upset as you guys are, but to be honest with you, it's a good fight to me. I have no issues with it. I mean, yeah, okay, put it this way. Like, I'm not really upset. When I saw the news, I was doing some cleaning and I got the email press release and I was like, wait, what the fuck? In fact, let's do this real quick. I hope it doesn't annoy you guys, but we're trying something a little different here. So listen, just deal with it, all right? Take your time out, subscribe. This is the press release. I'm going to have my man Ryan read it for you. So this is the news that came out earlier from PBC. Also, I'll put it down below in the description box.
Unified Welterweight Champion Errol Spence Jr. was forced to withdraw from his blockbuster FOX Sports PBC Pay-Per-View showdown with 8th Division and former welterweight champion Manny Pacquiao on Saturday, August 21st from T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas due to a retinal tear in his left eye. The welterweight champion Yordenis Ugas will step up to replace Spence and will defend his title against Pacquiao, who won the title when he defeated Keith Thurman in his last fight July 2019. Ugas was preparing to make his first title defense against Fabian Maidana in a co-feature of the Spence-Pacquiao card. Being elevated to the main event against boxing legend Pacquiao means Ugas will get a career-defining fight sooner rather than later.
All right, Ryan doesn't even know how to say Manny Pacquiao's name correct. So we're just going to be like, you know what, Ryan, you sicken me. Yordenis Ugas, 26-4 with 12 KOs, residing down in Miami, 5'9". Last win was against Abel Ramos, September of 2020. So he's coming up on a year layoff. Before that, remember his fight with Mike Dallas Jr.? I covered that fight, and I was like, yo, where in the blue hell did they pull Mike Dallas Jr. from? He really fought Mike Dallas Jr., bro. Then the Omar Figueroa fight, I was very impressed with that. Remember, he fought on the undercard of Pacquiao versus Thurman, which was 2 years ago, a little over 2 years ago now. Before that, his coming out party against Sean Porter, split decision. 113, 115, 112, 116, 117, 111. Many felt, including myself, that the best way I can say it is he didn't do enough to beat the champ. Does that make sense? He did lose to Amir Imam years ago. Amir Imam, I don't know what's going on with him. Unanimous decision. Emmanuel Robles, he lost to a split decision. Johnny Garcia. How do you feel about the fight? Okay, I tell you what. What if Pacquiao versus Ugas was announced and it was never a Pacquiao versus Spence? How would you feel, hardcore boxing fans? Now, of course, you probably will say to yourself, well, damn, that's a good fight, but it's obvious that Manny Pacquiao didn't want the Errol Spence smoke. But overall, I think it's a good fight. Now, I'm just going to go ahead and say I got Manny Pacquiao, but listen, I'm not going to count out Yordenis Ugas. But, for a late step in, that's a good late step in. And also, Manny Pacquiao, he just wants his money, so I didn't expect for the fight to be canceled. And just so happens, if you haven't heard, here, let me pull it up for you. If you haven't heard, Fabian Maidana, I didn't even tell you what the news is. So apparently, Errol Spence Jr. has, a torn or detached retina? Let me go look it up real quick for you guys. But either way, that's a very, very serious injury, and that smells and reeks of a year, maybe year plus layoff. That's an injury that, it's not a good one, guys. It's not looking good. I hope he makes a good, speedy recovery. And then you have to factor in Manny Pacquiao is contemplating running for president of the Philippines. And if you don't know, Pacquiao has only a certain window of time when he can fight. It's not like you can say, okay, well, let's postpone it to September. Let's postpone it till, November, December. Pacquiao is a senator right now, from senator to senator. And he's planning on running for president or contemplating it. So from my understanding, I forgot if he said October or September to Ray Flores during the media day he had last week, where I don't think that Errol Spence is ever going to get Manny Pacquiao again. You know, we don't know. Well, Manny Pacquiao did leave the window open for possible. In fact, you know what? Let me just go ahead and pull this up for you. This is relevant. Also, this is his response to hearing the news earlier today. So take your time out. Please like the video, subscribe. This is from earlier today from Manny Pacquiao's channel. It's funny seeing Manny Pacquiao drive like that, but hey, you know, there you go. Safety. Also, does Manny Pacquiao have on his seatbelt?
How are you feeling today, Manny?
Good. I'm very good. I'm ready for the fight.
What was your reaction when you saw the news about Errol Spence?
Well, I pray for him for fast recovery, and I hope that everything is fine with him. I work hard for this fight. I'm ready for the fight. I trained like when I was young. I remember the fight with Barrera one, so I'm so excited. I hope that I'm thankful that Ugas is there to prove that who is the real champion in the PPV. So I think and I believe that my sacrifices and my hard work and training is not wasted. I still can prove it to the world who's gonna be the real champions.
Do you think your style and Ugas' style will be an entertaining fight come August 21?
Oh yeah, definitely. Ugas is he's a fighter. He claimed that he's a champion. He took my belt, but let's settle it in the ring. It's good.
He doesn't seem to really care. This is what Manny Pacquiao said last week at his media day. And the reason why this is relevant is because the man's thinking about running for president. My man, baby hands, Ray Flores.
World's best at 147, and now we are joined alongside by the 8th Division World Champion. Man, you can stand right there. The 8th Division World Champion, the Senator from Sarangani Province, Philippines. Obviously, as he collides against Errol Spence Jr. on August 21st on FOX Sports PBC Pay-Per-View. Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao joining us here at the famed Wildcard Boxing Gym in Los Angeles. Manny, thank you so much for joining us. Tell us, why Errol Spence Jr.?
I pick Errol Spence because I want to fight one of the best and to add in my legacy.
And you could have fought anybody, but is it because you wanted to test yourself against the world's best?
Yes, exactly. I can easily pick the easy opponent, easy to win, but I rather pick one of the best so that I can prove that at the age of 42, Manny Pacquiao is not done yet.
You've been away from the ring. It will be 25 months since the last time you stepped inside the ring, a victory over Keith Thurman in July of 2019. How are you feeling? Are you concerned about ring rust, or has the time allowed your body to heal and get yourself ready for battle on August 21?
Well, I'm expecting a good fight, especially this Thurman is especially Errol Spence, aggressive fighter. I know that we can create more action in the ring, and I can imagine now.
Where do you feel you have the advantages against Errol Spence? Not giving away your game plan, but where do you feel you're superior to Spence?
My advantage, I think, my speed and my power also, and strategy and experience. That's what I saw of my advantage.
You turned pro in 1995. Did you ever think that we are here in August of 2021 that you'd still be fighting?
I never imagined this one, and beyond of my imagination that I am still here, keep on fighting with the best, and this is a gift from God, and I'm so thankful to God of keeping me safe and giving me good health.
You're a proud family man. What does your family, your wife Jinky, what do they think about you fighting Errol Spence on August 21st?
It can be big legacy, another legacy to my career, and add my family is very supportive to me, and I think this is very important to me to win this fight, to bring honor to my country, and also to prove of my being 42 that I'm still here.
So you sort of want to go and show that age is but a number.
Age is about number. You're right.
And looking at, in a perfect world for Manny Pacquiao, when you step inside the ring against Errol Spence, how do you see the fight playing out?
I always expect him to come in inside and more action. We create more action in the ring. I think I don't know if he's going to use his advantage as a height advantage and long reach arm. So it depends. But I'm ready for that.
We're hearing there is hints that maybe on August 21, is that the final time we're going to see Manny Pacquiao step inside the boxing ring, or do you want to have one more after the fight with Spence?
That's a very good question. I can say it could be, or there more. I mean, like I said over and over, that one at a time. After that fight, let's talk about the plan for next, if there's another.
Final two questions for you, Manny. Do training camps mean more to you now because you are in the later stages of your career? You and Freddie Roach have this father-son bond. It has been special to watch over the past 20-plus years. But when you know that it's one of the final training camps that you're going to have with Freddie and Boo Boy and your entire team, does it mean that much more to you?
Yeah, I'm happy doing this for the longest time with my same coaching staff, coaching people like Freddie and Boo Boy. And I'm sure they're happy of my performance, especially in training preparation for this fight. The team is happy. The fire in training is still there, like what we did in the past 15 years.
When you're being a trailblazer for the Philippines as well, we see Filipino Olympians that are getting silver medals. You have your own promotional company, MP Promotions. Mark Magsayo. We see Yumir Marshall out in the Olympics as well. A lot of young, hungry guys that we're seeing, and that you are really giving them the opportunity to display their talents.
Yes, I'm planning to help them because I know my career is not will not last long anymore because I'm 42. That's why I'm starting helping the young people who want to follow my steps.
And finally, what can fans expect on August 21st at T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas? You against Errol Spence Jr., a big night of boxing for the Welterweight Championship of the world.
To all the fans, boxing fans, please come and watch this fight, once in a life fight. And it could be this is my last fight or there are more. Don't miss it. It's gonna be a good fight, more action in the ring, and this fight is. I would like to dedicate this to the Filipino people for the honor of our country. Thank you.
Well, Manny, if this is the final time that we see you step inside those ropes, on behalf of all boxing fans, thank you for the memories. Thank you for your efforts. Thank you for being so emblematic of what it means to being a world-class prize fighter. We thank you for what you did, and all the best of luck to you on August 21st.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
My bad. So y'all think this still worth the $80 price tag? $79.99 on PBC on Fox Pay-Per-View. Now, I was checking last night. I was shocked when I saw this. Something told me that they were going to try to jack up the price. Now, normally the pay-per-views, unless it's like Mayweather versus Paul or Jake Paul or, an exhibition with Tyson versus Roy Jones, the pay-per-views, because I buy all of them, are $74.99. Also, there was an exception with Chris Arreola and Angel Ruiz. I forgot how much that was, but normally they've been $74.99 for Errol Spence pay-per-views, Gervonta Tank Davis pay-per-views, Manny Pacquiao pay-per-views, and for this one, they made it $79.99, an extra $5 they smacked on right there. So because it can be potentially Manny Pacquiao's last fight, is it worth $79.99? By the way, follow me on Twitter at T Street Contra. It's right there, or just T Street Controversy. I'm on there pretty much back full time now. And regardless, we're going to be here next week. By the way, before I forget, tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern is the Manny Pacquiao versus Yordenis Ugas virtual press conference. So they got that shit done quick. So we're going to be here live tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Eastern, with a live stream of Manny Pacquiao and Yordenis Ugas talking about the fight. And I'm even going to try to get a question in. I know you guys don't watch my videos or care about the other underling fights like Joshua Franco versus Andrew Maloney. Shit, is it Andrew or Jason? Shit. Andrew Maloney 3, that's going to be on Top Rank on ESPN this weekend. I was on that Zoom call the other day. Shameless plug. And we got Rigondeaux versus Casimero on Showtime this weekend. And for the lowdown boxing degenerates on Fight.tv this Friday for $19.99, you got Austin No Doubt Fish Trout taking on somebody, I don't know who. You got the return of Mike Perez taking on somebody, I don't know who, and Anthony Sims Jr. in Dubai somewhere. I cover a lot of boxing, man, so I had to just get that out of the way. But listen, they got to knock down the price. Now, one thing they did say is that they are going to be giving refunds to people who are like, don't want to go to the fight. Because we did a stream last week where we were looking at the ticket sales. And to get in the building, it was $750 just to get one of them top seats. Like, just to get in the building. Mid-tier was like $1,500. Anything that was left near the ringside or just 7, 8, 9, 10 rows was $5,000, bro. And I'm not entertaining. Hell no, they can't put this on Fox. No, Manny Pacquiao is guaranteed too much money, bro. It don't work like that. Fox not paying no 10 million, no 10, 20 million. We don't know how much Manny Pacquiao is guaranteed. But Manny Pacquiao follows the money. Manny Pacquiao will fight anybody if you pay him his money. And does he get a lower purse? What's the guarantee? I noticed a lot of people have been bringing up the Canelo versus Plant situation. To be, but we're not going to talk about Canelo versus Plant in this video. But let's just go ahead and talk about the fight. Listen, I got Manny Pacquiao defeating Yordenis Ugas. I don't have I'm not going to debate. Yo, Manny Pacquiao gonna fuck around and knock him out. Unless Manny Pacquiao's gotten old overnight. You could never really count out a fighter and for a guy like Yordenis Ugas to get this lottery ticket. By the way, he was supposed to fight Fabian Maidana, the brother of Marcos H.L. Chino Maidana, on the undercard. And listen to this crazy story. Now, this is why a lot of people are calling bullshit for Errol Spence. I believe Errol Spence. Errol Spence, I believe that he really has a retina issue. I really sincerely believe that. So I'm not going to feed into all that, you guys are degenerates, all right? Talking about he ducking and all that. But that's your right. All right? That's your right. So listen to this, though. Listen to this. Sources, Fabian Maidana, who was set to fight Yordenis Ugas in a chief support bout to Manny Pacquiao versus Errol Spence, suffered an eye injury related to his eye in sparring on Tuesday and withdrew from the fight. Spence's torn retina in his eye was discovered on Monday. Crazy sequence. So basically, Fabian Maidana on Monday fucked his eye up. Errol Spence fucked his eye up yesterday. Errol Spence has said that he's been to 3 doctors, and they all told him the same thing. A retina issue is nothing to play around with. That can put you out for some time. I'm starting to wonder if maybe, Errol Spence may be out maybe a year. It's a scary, scary situation. Now, with what he's come back from before, and I hate talking about it because it's old and to talk about anymore, like with the car accident, the drinking and driving, whatever. In this case, he said it himself. He has come back from worse. But this is some scary shit, bro. Them eyes. I mean, usually fighters, when they have eye issues, they don't be the same. Look at a guy like Anthony Ogogo. What happened to his eye? Was it a retina issue? Or did he get his orbital bone broken? Now, and Noya got his face broken. Kell Brook got his face broken on both sides by Errol Spence. But this is a different situation. This is involving the eyeball. Here's what Yordenis Ugas had to say. You can tell he had a little bit of bitterness. I have complained in the last year about health problems. However, no health problem has gotten me out of any fight. Sorry for complaining. Mira Spence had the biggest fight of her career and is coming out with an eye injury to her. Praying for him, and I hope he recovers soon. You think that was Ugas? You think that was his girl tweeting? Because that's some spicy shit right there. Calling my man a girl. Damn. But that's how it worked, yo. That's how it worked. Now, it's funny how Manny Pacquiao is going to be fighting Yordenis Ugas for his belt. The WBA Super World that he won off of Keith Thurman, 25 months ago. Weird situation. But then again, we already know. I've talked about it. The WBA makes me sick. The WBA is I can't stand them. Bite my thumb at you, WBA. That's some old-timey shit right there. I spit the ground. I didn't really spit the ground, but if this wasn't in my house, I'd spit the ground. Damn, all these ducks. Damn. Oh, that's just one dude spamming ducks. Get out of here, stay freaky. So let's talk about what this means. Now, let's go pull up some rankings here. My rankings are currently under maintenance on my beautiful FightView360.com website. They're being updated as we speak. So we're going to use Fight News rankings. Go look at 147 pounds. Strong chance Errol Spence could turn out to be a champion in recess. Isn't it funny how that works? Or he could be I don't want to talk about franchise. No. I don't want to talk about franchise. I don't want to talk about franchise champion shit. But if he's out for a year, something's going to have to happen. They're going to need an interim title. Yordenis Ugas, WBA Super. Look at that mess in the WBA. Look at this mess. Look at this mess. And then guess what? You got this guy who's the WBA interim. Ew. Let me just break this down for you real quick, and let me not get too emotionally involved. So the WBA has a super champion. That is the recognized champion. That's the belt that you can unify with. They have Jamal James as the WBA world champion. Virgil Ortiz Jr., who's taking on Aglias Kavalauskas this weekend in a very, very good fight that I'm interested in. Manny Pacquiao champion in recess, and Gabriel Mastri, awarded by the bigot judge, Gloria Rizzo, is the interim champion. Errol Spence IBF, Terrence Crawford WBL. Hopefully, we still get Terrence Crawford versus Sean Porter. But what if Al Heyman I'm pulling Sean Porter from that, and Sean Porter going to fight for an interim title against God knows who? Because, boxing politics. And now we don't know what Manny Pacquiao is going to do. If he wins or loses, is he going to retire? If he runs for president and wins, what's going to happen with that? Will he have to drop his WBA super belt and then become champion in recess again? This is some weird shit with this belt situation, bro. But, I'd like to fight. I can't say that I have Ugas winning. I can't say that, but I think it's going to be competitive. But something's, you know what? Let me stop bullshitting. Something telling me that left hand is going to touch Ugas, and he's going to go down, and he's going to get up and not even be the same. He's going to, be on some bike type shit. I don't know, man. But, Manny Pacquiao did fight Jesse Vargas on pay-per-view. He fought Lucas Matisse on some closed circuit pay-per-view shit. I paid for it, I remember. Or was that on ESPN Plus? Not ESPN Plus, ESPN 3. It wasn't ESPN Plus back then. I don't know. He fought Jeff Horn. You know? So, you know, it depends on how you rate Ugas. Now, I understand it leaves a little bit of taint in your mouth because it was like, damn, we was going to get, you know, Pacquiao versus Spence. But as I said earlier, if Pacquiao versus Ugas was announced before Spence, yeah, you may have said, oh, damn, why he didn't fight Spence? He didn't want none of that smoke. But I think people would have still been, you know, more accepting of it. And yes, it looks like the chief support is now going to be Robert Guerrero versus Victor Ortiz. So it's going to be Pacquiao versus Ugas, Robert Guerrero versus Victor Ortiz, and Mark Maxeo versus Julio Ceja. I don't know, dog. I don't know how y'all feel about that card. I don't know, dog. I don't know. That's a little bit of a nasty card right there. But Robert Guerrero versus Victor Ortiz, blood will spill. Blood's going to spill. You know, so if you don't like that fight, you ain't a boxing fan. Now, understand, of course, it don't mean shit. Robert Guerrero hasn't fought since, you know what, let's go look at Robert Guerrero's record real quick. I know they both are on like a 2-year and a 2+ year layoff. It's going to be taking place in the T-Mobile Arena. Y'all think it's still going to sell out because of Pacquiao's name? My man is fighting Victor Ortiz. I can't believe this shit, bro. This is some crazy shit. So look, Robert the Ghost, 36-6-1 with 20 KOs. His last fight was it was a dark match too. His last 3 fights have been dark matches. Dark matches is a wrestling term where fighters fight when there's no camera. They just fight in front of a crowd. So he fought Adam Mate, got a 2nd round KO. He was 28-12. He fought a 24-16-1. He was in Herrera, got a stoppage in 5, and then a Gerald Thompson, 10-round UD. Now he's fighting Victor Ortiz. So his last fight was, 23 months ago. Okay, all right, 23 months ago. Not a full 2 years, but 23. And he got his shit pushed in by Omar Figueroa. Then I covered this fight when he fought David Peralta in PBC on Spike. The Danny Garcia fight, he was already on his last legs. Aaron Martinez, he was asleep on the ropes in one of those rounds. It was like a midday card or some shit, and the referee let him go out there. And by the way, I think he lost this fight. But yeah, this shit right here with Victor Ortiz is going to be a bloodbath. 32-6-3. Oh, should I say it? The quitter. 32-6. Oh, he'll headbutt your ass too. He's a head case. 32-6-3 with 25 KOs. Vicious Victor Ortiz. He's only 34 years old. Last fight against Devin Alexander. I just covered Devin Alexander on PBC on Fox. He was doing all his dancing around. That was a majority draw. That was in 2018. February 2018, bro. That was a long ass time ago. Before that, Sol Corral. Before that, Andre Berto put a whooping on him. Bro, this fight is going to be hilarious. I hope nobody don't get COVID or pull out. I hope nobody. Hey, you guys better take your time out and like this video and subscribe. Thanks to the new subscribers. But take your time out, like the video. I'm not doing this for my health. I'll cuss you. Listen, unlike these other YouTubers, listen, I'm hardcore. I don't play around. I'll cuss at you. You know? But I don't know, dog. They're going to have to come down off of that $79.99. You know, I mean, listen, I'm going to buy the shit anyway, but I'm saying they got to do us a little bit of a favor. Get that? They got to do us a little bit of a favor. But listen, I'm going to get up out of here. Remember, tomorrow, we're going to be here at 1 p.m. Eastern for the Manny Pacquiao versus Yordenis Ugas virtual live media press conference. So tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern. Manny Pacquiao and Yordenis Ugas are going to be doing a live Zoom virtual call. All right, we're going to be here live in real time. Take your time out, like the video, subscribe. I'm getting up out of here. Nothing more to talk about until tomorrow when we get some more details. Then we'll go in the full detail about everything. Remember, next week, it's fight week. So I'm going to be here for the final press conference, the weigh-in, fight day stream, post-fight videos on all 4 fights on the card. We don't know what that 4th fight is yet. I'm guessing everything's going to be announced tomorrow because remember, we already lost 2 fighters from the event, Fabian Maidana and Errol Spence. So Ugas was supposed to fight Fabian Maidana and, of course, Pacquiao Spence. So now Ugas is fighting Pacquiao, and we lost the fight. So normally pay-per-views are 4 fights. So I'm getting up out of here. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Please take your time out, like the video. Also follow me on Twitter at T Street Contra. It's supposed to be popping up at the bottom of the screen, but I'm still fixing up my layout here. So we'll be there in about another few days or so. Yeah, see you.